So I'm down at Takapuna Beach, which I'm eating an ice cream, and that's what you do on a freezing cold day. It's completely logical, of course. And I did, there's nothing like Takapuna and its car parks outside in prime locations, like we can do better than that. We have to concentrate a little bit on aesthetic if we want to be a first world city, a world leading city. And it leads me to the topic of notoriety right now, which is the Anzac Street car park development. And the council, and that's located in, well, of course if you're in Takapuna but it's located outside the cinema and the shopping mall. And the fact is that, we've got three issues going on. A, we need car parks. B, we need housing. C, we need development. And D, which is actually the absolutely most important part, is we need to protect our market. Takapuna Market is iconic. People travel from all over Auckland to go there. It's been around forever, and it's a place where small businesses can start. You get $30 and you can show up and you can sell your wares, show your art, and indulge culture. And that is just so incredibly important to protect. And I've travelled extensively overseas, and the most amazing places that you visit are ones with amazing markets. And there is nothing better to do on a Sunday than go to the amazing market, right? So the fact is that there's a big argument right now, which everyone knows about, between the use of public and private space, like that we should not be turning public space into private use. And I agree with that, but I think there's a compromise. So absolutely, the ground level of any public space should stay permanently in public use. It's public space. And that shouldn't change, We don't know what the world's going to look like or the city's going to look like in 20 years or 100 years or 500 years. But people need public space. That's really important to protect. And the markets are our cultural identity. So that has got to stay. However, as long as that ground floor is protected for the markets, then there's no reason why we can't be building up for houses and building down for car parks. So at the moment they are saying that they're going to do a development create the space so that there's restaurants and businesses and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, let's face it, right now in Takapuna there's a whole lot of empty shops. We don't need any new shops right now. I mean, what we need is a working economy, and what will help that is a hell of a lot more car parks and a lot more houses. So and I'm tired of my friends saying they're going to move to the Hawke's Bay or to Rotorua because they can't afford to live here anymore. Because if you're a single mum or you're a single worker, it's hard to find an apartment that's $400 or less in Auckland, which is, it's crazy. Our wages do not reflect that. So, okay, we need affordable housing, beautiful affordable housing, obviously, and in the middle of the centre makes sense because we also need to rely on public transport a little bit more, less pollution. It all works. As long as we can protect that ground level so that we have the iconic Takapuna markets until the end of time in Takapuna. The car park issue is interesting. It's 250 car parks there right now. We actually need 5,000 new car parks in Takapuna. And they're talking about putting 450 car parks down the road and around the corner. But, they could build down underneath that spot, and a multi-level underground car park would be amazing. So why this is interesting today is because tomorrow's the last day when you can make a submission opposing the change of use. And while I'm not saying I oppose the change of use, I definitely oppose the change of use for the ground floor. And I think that if anyone is interested in this subject, that they should put an application to the council by tomorrow that says that we want to keep that ground level for the Takapuna markets, to protect small business, to protect artists and culture and just New Zealand innovation, It's so important to have that space. If we can protect that space, let's make underground as many car parks as we can possibly fit under there so that we've got lots of people coming here to shop. And then let's get as many apartments built on top of that. So we've got housing and we've got more people in the area. And we've got a thriving mini economy here. And then the next subject has to definitely be, how do we get rid of that ugly, ugly car park that's sitting right on our waterfront, because we can do better than that beautifully, and the development has to be beautiful. That's the other thing. I did see some artist renderings of the development plans for the Anzac development, and I did kind of think, We have to make it beautiful, we have to make it livable, we have to protect our public spaces, and our ownership and use of that permanently, and not put that in private development's hands. And we need as many car parks and houses as possible. All of it. We can achieve all of it. It's a compromise. So if you can, do make a submission tomorrow or by tomorrow to, especially if you agree with me. And I'm going to go back to eating my ice cream that's almost melted. Ciao.